Hello. In this video I'm going to show you how to quickly determine if an email is a scam or not. I'll be using a program called IPNetInfo and a Firefox add-on called Web of Trust. You can download IPNetInfo from cnet.com, and for Web of Trust go to Tools, Add-ons, type in WOT, all capital letters, and install it. You may need to restart your browser for the installation to complete. IPNetInfo will give you detailed information about the sender, including where the email originated from, network names, the path or hops that it took to reach you, IP addresses, mailing addresses, contact info, and more. Web of Trust rates websites, links, and attachments according to user reports and content. And I will have a link to IPNetInfo at cnetdownloads.com in the description. So let's begin right here at the top here. We have a Marine D3. The video reveals #1 secret, super ingredient X. So we're going to open this. And the first heads up, of course, is there's no content to this email at all except for a link. It doesn't tell you what the super ingredient's about or anything. So that would be enough right there to spam it out. But I'm going to start by going to the down arrow and clicking on Show Original. And I'm going to highlight the entire email, copy it. Now I'm going to open IPNetInfo. I'm going to click Paste to paste what I just copied into the box, and I'm going to click OK. We'll see what it comes up with here. Okay, so it didn't take a lot of hops here, so I'm going to scroll over here and I'm going to look at host names. You see this host name right here? Let's check that one out. And I'm going to go to Google and I'm going to search for this domain, and really didn't get much info from that, so I'm going to go back to IPNetInfo and I'm going to look for something else to look up, like this domain. And there you have everything about this site is bad. Anything that involves Telepacific, Web of Trust has a red circle next to it. And that's enough right there to tell you that this email is a scam. If you still weren't convinced, you could go back to IPNetInfo. We'll look up empowercom.net. And there you go again. Web of Trust is saying that the website is questionable. You're going to enter it at your own risk. Down below there's a login to the email for telepacific.net, and Web of Trust is saying stay away from this. So just by looking at this domain, that's enough already to be leery. I'm going to go back to IPNetInfo, and this time I'm going to look at the North Carolina entry, and we'll look this domain up. And Web of Trust is saying that this domain is safe, so I'm going to go back, look for something else. Not really anything in this one, so I'm going to go down to the Colorado entry. Nothing in there really to look up. And that's a quick and easy way to determine if an email is fake or not. Just start looking up domain names. It might not work every time, but it'll work most times. We used IPNetInfo, looked up the domains, and the domains that we looked up were all untrustworthy by Web of Trust. And that's enough right there to tell you to stay away, spam that email out, get rid of it. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to close IPNetInfo, go back to the email, and go back to the down arrow, and click on Report Phishing. Now I'm going to go to the next one. This one's easy. Score today, check your credit, take control today with Equifax. So I'm going to open it. And there you go again. No content to the email at all, just one link, and Web of Trust is saying do not click this link. So I'm going to go to Show Original. And I'm going to copy the entire email, and I'm going to go to IPNetInfo, paste what I just copied into the box, and then click OK. And you really don't have to go any further than this. You see this? It went from Google server in California to Iceland, to Florida, Texas, and then to Ukraine. There's your big heads up right there, Ukraine. And I could go ahead and start looking through these, looking these up, and seeing what Web of Trust says about it. But when you see something like this, you don't need to use Web of Trust. You know it's bad, and just spam it out. So I'm going to go ahead and close this out and spam this one out. And it's already been reported as phishing. Right here it says report not phishing. If it wasn't reported, it would say report phishing. So I'm going to leave it all alone. I'm going to delete it forever. And now we're going to go to the next one, and this one's member login support, updated login credentials for. So I'm going to open it. And just by looking at this, does this have anything to do with login credentials at all? No, it does not. It says you are all set to check out today's online money making offer. I'm super stoked to get this to you. And he leaves 2 links here. And then down below it says let me know what you think and have a great week. And then down here it says bonuses for you. 3 more links. Yeah, that's a bonus, alright. So he gives you 5 different links, hoping that you're going to click on one of them. And again, this email is titled as a member login support. The domain here says earning1000.com. And again, does that sound like somewhere you would go to update your login credentials? No. So I'm going to copy this right away. And I'm going to Google it. Okay, and I didn't really get anything from that, so now I'm going to go back. And if you hover over the links, it tells you it's going to earning1000.com, even though we can't find any information about earning1000.com. So now I'm going to go to the down arrow. I'm going to click on Show Original. I'm going to copy the entire email. And then open IPNetInfo. I'm going to click Paste to paste what I just copied into the box. And then click OK. Okay, so this one only took 3 hops. And here's the big heads up right here. Let me open this one up. When you see cron PHP, spam it out right away. This is very bad. I'm going to have a definition right after this of cron PHP. You can pause the video to read it. If you're not interested, just let it go. And I'm going to close this for now because we're not going to get any information from that at all. And I'm going to go to the Virginia entry. Here's that earning1000.com again. Servant.com. We're going to copy that and Google it. And Web of Trust is saying do not enter this site. It's bad. So that's enough right there to determine that this email is definitely fake. You know, the cron PHP, like I said, when you see that, you don't need to go any further. And then of course this servant.com, this one shows up a lot in scam emails. You're going to see this one a lot. As soon as you see that, just spam it out. And obviously that has something to do with earning1000.com. And I'm going to close IPNetInfo. And I'm going to go to the down arrow. And I'm going to click on Report Phishing. Get rid of that one. And now we're going to go to the next one. Congratulations, attention, your $500 to $5,000 application is ready. And there again, no contents to the email at all, except for a link to click. It doesn't even tell you where it's going to take you to get this loan. If I hovered over the link, it's telling me it's going to take me to logno.com. Up here you see amazinghomework.net. This is another name that you're going to see very often in scam emails. As soon as you see that, spam it out. And I'm going to go ahead and go right to Show Original. And then I'm going to copy the entire email. Go to IPNetInfo. Paste what I just copied into the box. Click OK. Okay, we can see that the first entry failed, which would be the Google server. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to File, and then Retry Failed Queries. And now it's up. So I'm going to start right at the top here with Massachusetts. See what they have. They have this commodity.com. Let's check that out. Okay, Web of Trust is saying that it's okay to enter their site, so we're going to go back. Now I'm going to look at the Arizona entry here. And I'm going to look up this ISO.cc and see what that is. Right here, Web of Trust is saying that this site is questionable. You're going to enter it at your own risk because not enough people have reported this yet as being bad. Trust me, sooner or later that circle is going to be red. I'm going to go back to IPNetInfo. We have GoDaddy.com, which I already know we're not going to get much information from that, so I'm going to close this out. Go to the Texas entry. There's your amazinghomework.net again, and that's about all the information we're going to get out of that one. So we're going to close it. We're going to go to the Florida entry. Here's the logno.com. And there you go. It's telling you to stay the heck away from this. Logno.com is a part of bigmarketingcenter.com. It doesn't say that here, but I've looked this up and I know that it is. And like I said, Web of Trust is saying do not enter that site. Can go back to IPNetInfo. Now we'll look up this domain. And IPNetInfo is saying that this site is okay. And this is a server hosting site, so we're going to go back to IPNetInfo here. I'm going to close this out and we're going to go to the very last entry. And there's really nothing in here to look at. But we've already determined that this email is fake just by opening it. Again, if you ever open an email and it only has a link to it, do not click on that link. And if you had Web of Trust would tell you right away, do not click on this link. So I'm going to go to the down arrow, report phishing, get rid of it. And now I'm going to the next one, Davison. We can help you invent. Well, my name's not Davison, but we'll check it out anyway. There again. And as usual, same pattern. One link, no content. Web of Trust is saying do not click on this link. Right here again, you're seeing amazinghomework.net. Like I said, that's going to come up very often. And I'm going to go to the down arrow, show original, copy the contents here, go to IPNetInfo, click on the IP button, clear the screen, paste what I just copied into the screen, and then click OK. And we're pretty much seeing what we just saw in the last email. I'm going to start at Massachusetts. We're going to look this up. Now I'm going to go to Google, paste it, and Web of Trust is saying that this site is trustworthy. So I'm going to go back and look for something else to look up. This internet.com. Web of Trust is saying it's okay also, so I'm going to go back. And this is what you do. You just pick through it here. There's another GoDaddy reference. Here's the amazinghomework.net reference. Right there, we already know it's bad. And here's the logno.com. And then the search guide link. So just by looking at the email before this one, we already know that this is fake because of all the different places it goes. It's almost exactly the same as the last one we looked at. You have the amazinghomework.net, logno.com. Both, again, are very common. And when you see them, you might as well just spam it out. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to close IPNetInfo. It says, congratulations, attention, your $500 to $5,000 application is ready. I'm going to open that up. Same pattern as we've been seeing before. One link, and that is it. Web of Trust is saying do not click that link. So we're going to go to show original. Copy the entire email. Open IPNetInfo. Paste what we just copied into the box, click OK. And again, it's the exact same thing as the last two emails. So just by knowing that, I'm going to go ahead and spam this out. But again, here's the amazinghomework.net. Here's the logno.com. That's all you need to know right there. So I'm going to go ahead and close IPNetInfo. Go back to the email, report it as phishing. And it's already been reported as phishing, so now I'm just going to delete it forever. I'm going to go to this CareerJet job alert. One new job offer. So it starts out, hi Lance, one new job offers matching the following search criteria. And if you want to view these offers, click on the link below. And there's 18 new job offers matching the following criteria. And it gives you all kinds of links here to click on. The first one is if you want to view these offers, click on the link below. To modify your alerts, add new ones, or delete existing ones, click on this link. To modify your email address, click this link. To delete your account, click this link. Download the CareerJet Job Search iPhone app, click this link. Download the CareerJet Search Android app, you click this link. So they give you all kinds of links here to click on. Okay, so let's go to show original. Copy everything. Open IPNetInfo, paste it, click OK. And I don't think we need to go any further than that. Right here you can see it goes from California, Google server, France, 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 France. Now why would France be sending me employment alerts? And like I said, you see something like that, you don't need to go any further. We don't need to look anything up. It's completely obvious. So I'm just going to go back to the email and I'm going to report it as phishing. Get rid of it forever. And now we'll move on to the next one. Loan department. Up to $5,000 overnight. All credit okay, it says. So I'm going to open this one. You see the pattern as always. Web of Trust is saying do not click on this link. This is statefolk.net. That's another domain that you'll see very often in email scams. I'm going to go to the down arrow. Click on show original. Copy everything. Open IPNetInfo. Paste what I just copied. Click OK. And here it starts in California, goes to Texas, back to Google server, to the Virgin Islands, there's your heads up, to California again, and then to Colorado. Let's look at the Virgin Islands entry here. And there it is, statefolk.net. Again, you see that, just spam it out right away. You don't need to go any further than that. There's another name here called Aidtel. This is another one that you'll see quite often in email scams. There's your servant.com right there, so you know that one's bad. So we've seen enough in this email to determine it is definitely a fraud. And I'm going to go back and I'm report it as phishing. Delete it forever. And that's how you can quickly determine if an email is fake or not. Doesn't work every time. You might have to do a little more research. You know, just keep copying and pasting domain names, IP addresses, whatever you can find that looks interesting or odd. And eventually you'll find what you're looking for. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.